Russia has launched a major daytime drone attack on Ukraine, firing at least 800 drones across 20 regions of the country. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky called it one of the longest massive attacks in recent memory. At least 6 people were killed and dozens wounded, according to the officials. This, as President Trump said Tuesday, he believes Moscow and Kyiv will soon reach a deal to end fighting. Russian President Putin also said over the weekend that Russia's invasion could be, quote, coming to an end. Neither leader, however, offered details on what persuaded them about the possibility of peace. Joining us now to share the latest news from Ukraine on how the Christian and Catholic communities are faring in this drawn-out war is Father Alberto Ares, the regional director for the Jesuit Refugee Service in Europe, based in Brussels. Father, thank you so much for coming in on set.
Thank you so much. It's a blessing to be here with you.
So we know that there are a lot of people who have needed to flee Ukraine. Can you talk a little bit about how you're helping them?
More than 6 million people have to leave Ukraine and are living now in all over Europe. So our work in GRS Europe and also the response of the Jesuits around this emergency have been quite massive, I would say. Every year we are reaching 150,000 refugees from Ukraine, all over in Ukraine and also in the neighboring countries. It's also a collective effort from most of our country offices of GRS, but also our Jesuit universities, our mission offices. So it's a collective effort also within the civil society and the Catholic Church, I would say, the bishops, and really a collective effort.
Now, Ukraine hasn't been in the news as much recently. There's a lot happening in other parts of the world, but also when we look at Europe, you have 23 country offices in 245 locations. Can you just talk about the plight of other people and what they're dealing with in some of these hotspots?
Well, the reality that we are facing, as you were saying, Ukraine is one of these key elements now in Europe. But if you go to the other side of Europe, to the Canary Island, that is on the north of Africa, that is a Spanish territory, is another hot spot where migrants are arriving. Also, I would say Lesbos, Italy, Malta, and the reality also in other places like the Balkans, Croatia, North Macedonia, Bosnia, many other places. So the reality that we are really facing is not really much only at the borders, but also on, I would say, it's a value of hospitality, in integration and social inclusion that I think is the key element also within the Catholic Church and also around the world.
Now, we know that the Vatican is very much invested in all of this, and in June or July, a new European Union Pact on migration, asylum, security, that will go into effect. So kind of just looking at all of that, how will that impact the support and services that the Jesuit Refugee Service already continues now on a day-to-day basis?
I would say there is a tendency around the world that we are also facing in Europe that the aid and the grants for support refugees are decreasing. So this pact also brings the attention on security. For us, it would be a challenge, but also we are I'm always saying that we are hoping, that keeping hope alive in our country offices, in our work. The pact, it seems that it will bring more detention and really much pain for the people. So we are ready, as Catholic organizations, to be there, to bring hospitality, dignity, solidarity, and to pray, at the same time for all these situations around the world.
Father Alberto Ares, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.